What is up? Welcome into the Buddy Cop podcast. My name is Sean Leary. I am a comedian in Los Angeles, and I am going to be one of your hosts. I am joined by my co-host, comedian and impressionist extraordinaire, Scott Ibarra. I'm also joined by our third mic and sound engineer and producer, Tom Cocking.
The best in the West.
How are we feeling today, boys, for Lethal Weapon?
Yeah. You guys look like some really hip truckers.
Yeah, it's Black Hat Night
You
here.
look like Gen Z truckers.
I didn't want to do my hair.
You didn't get the memo. Too good of hair. Looking like Riggs. Looking like Riggs at a Christmas tree lot. I love it.
I'm every merc that joined the force. Like,
Yeah.
I got a lot of beige and army green stuff, but every once in a while
They found you on the wall at Supercuts, and they put you in this movie. Congratulations.
Supercuts bit never gets old.
Never gets old. Well, thank you so much for joining the show. He does.
It looks like he got a little old.
Yeah, it looks looking good.
Oh, looking good.
Yeah, looking really good.
It looked like I got a little old.
No, your face looked like it's getting a little old. The joke, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your face looks
face
like
is
it's
old. The rest of it's
something
good.
about your face.
Make sure you're checking us out on Instagram at The Buddy Cop Podcast and on TikTok. You can also email the show, thebuddycoppodcast at gmail.com. We're doing Lethal Weapon, the 1987 Joel Silver, Richard Donner, Warner Brothers smash hit. So real quick, we do this show. It is an action movie podcast from 80s action movies, 90s action movies. I grew up loving the 90s action movies. Scott grew up loving the 80s action movies. And this week, it is an 80s action flick. Let's just do what we always do when we start. Feel out the movie, favorite moments. We'll do hot takes. We'll do fun facts. We'll talk about the Rotten Tomatoes. We'll talk about the box office. We'll get out of here on a hot take, and we'll hear from some of our fake or real sponsors. You won't know. So, without further ado,
Wonderful orientation.
are we talking Lethal Weapon as a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Oh, it's a wide shot of Los Angeles. Rocking around the Christmas tree. We're all doing cocaine in a high rise.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
This
Damn
is
it.
what happens. This
That's
is
damn
what
it.
is so great about the show. Scott does not prepare for the show.
No.
He doesn't watch the films.
I don't.
He does. He just goes, it's all up here. He's like a classic guy.
I am the
straight white
the
male.
Jay-Z of podcasts. I get in the
all up
booth
here.
and it's
I
all
just
up
do
here.
It's all up here.
It started out with a nipple 10 seconds in.
Okay, so I want to do a little bit of a personal. I have a personal
29
connect. Yeah,
seconds
20,
into the film, we have a nipple.
It's 29 seconds in. You see right nip, not left nip. Fun fact, not really a fun fact, but a Sean fact. It's a Shawnee.
This is new. I like this.
Hashtag
So
Sean
I just
fact.
wanted to, because I have a very visceral memory about Lethal Weapon as one of my first. I don't know if it's formative, but I was, I think, probably 8 or 9 years old. And my parents, tell me you're from South Dakota without telling me you're from South Dakota. Your parents let you watch Lethal Weapon when you're 8. Trash. Hashtag trashy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we're sitting at my house in South Dakota, and I'll never forget this.
House or
House.
double wide?
Double down.
Mine are double wide. My parents are out on the lawn chairs. They're cooking squirrels.
I don't want to get too into it, but let's just say we had a squirrel Thanksgiving. I'm kidding. Let's not get too nutty.
No.
Heyo, badooch.
Jesus.
We are presented by Nuts.
Yeah.
You like them grape or you like them pine? We got them both. Nuts.
Dave, try the fish.
Try the fish. So we're watching this movie and it starts, and my mom and dad, I don't know if they had seen it yet. I don't know. I think it was the first time that they saw it, but I have this very visceral memory of cocaine girl or fentanyl girl or whatever she was poisoned with in the opening shot of Lethal Weapon. She's up on the balcony. Oh man, I'm just like, my boobs are all out. I remember vividly my mom taking a kitchen washcloth and putting it over my eyes, and I just watched the first little bit of Lethal Weapon like this.
My son can't see nipples.
So I have like why are you letting me watch the movie if at any point you're putting the blindfold over my eye? You know what I mean?
And
like
that is why Sean cannot masturbate without a washcloth on his eyes.
why do you not think my safe word is washcloth? Like, god damn, I was 8 years old and I'm just
cracks a bottle of Dawn to wash dishes and you are just, you're like, it's moving, it's moving.
Something's happening down
Is that
there.
a white dish towel in your kitchen? I just got a
Thank you
little
for
tingle.
opening up to us.
I just
That's
wanted to give you like,
that's-
because is there a more 1980s opening scene than just a nameless basically faceless, big boobed chick dying on a balcony. Like
After you play a Christmas song,
rocking
someone's
around the Christmas tree, this girl's gonna commit suicide, but really poisoned.
and record scratches. I do love that in that opening shot, she's laid out, and it's the classic '80s drug on a glass table scene, where
I thought we were at the Comedy Store with Richard Pryor.
I know. But it was really sloppily done. Someone's like, make lines. Great.
Yeah,
Does
they never
anybody
done
have any
drugs.
Tylenol? Throw it on the table.
It's all B12 shots.
Yeah, exactly. And the pills were scattered about. And when she goes to snort it, I watch, she doesn't even snort anything. She just moves the straw around and is like, ooh, that's tangy.
But that's to show just how effed up she is. She's just so, it's crazy. It's Los Angeles. Actually, it's Long Beach.
She didn't
they shot that
snort
in Long Beach.
Yeah. Anyway, great Christmas movie.
Yeah, are we Christmas?
Titties.
I don't feel Christmas with this movie. I know.
We'll get into that because I'm gonna defend it.
Yeah. Riggsy boy. He's at the Christmas tree. You know, hey, is he bad? Is Mel Gibson bad? Oh, I don't know what this movie is. I sit down to watch it for the first time. Is Mel Gibson bad? He's making a deal with these druggies, these heroin runners at the Christmas tree. On a Christmas
farm.
tree lot, right by the 101, and like it looks like it's near the 101 and like the 5-ish.
Yeah, it has the 170 on ramp right.
You take
there.
the 110 to the 170 exit.
Oh,
boom.
We're doing
to Junga.
Californians?
Yeah, we're doing
doing the
California. Exit on
Californians.
Colorado.
Riggs, what are you doing here? Yeah, in a Christmas tree farm. Once again, not a Christmas movie, but we have back-to-back Christmas references. Let's keep this going.
I don't think we can call it a Christmas movie.
I'm gonna fight everybody in the comments and you if you do not
Tony.
acknowledge
Okay.
this as a Christmas
Can
movie.
Tom, can you look up is Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
Oh yeah, look it up online because that'll prove it's a Christmas. No,
The internet's never wrong.
this is true.
Okay.
I gotta turn my computer back on.
Yeah, he's got to
Oh my
reboot
God,
the
Tom,
system.
Jesus. God damn it.
Dial up. Classic Tom.
Make sure your Ethernet's plugged in.
So at this time in 1987 Hollywood,
Yes. I was there.
Shane Black was probably 12 years old at UCLA Extension Program. The guy who wrote this movie,
24.
Shane Black, he was also in Predator, episode 1 of
Hawkins.
the Buddy Cop podcast. He got his entire body got exploded by the Predator, and he was in the movie to do retouches on the script for Predator. So he wrote. This was his first. And he was at UCLA. Basically
He just
writing this
graduated.
movie, yeah, and pitched it. They sent it over to Warner's. Warner was like, "Hey, we got the Animaniacs and about nothing else. Let's do this movie." Mm-hmm. And then they start kind of putting out the casting call. They call up the Australian bad boy. He was probably just throwing a boomerang somewhere in Queensland.
Well, he wasn't even first.
I think
he wasn't
Bruce-
first pick. No,
Bruce
he
got-
wrote it. He wrote it with William Hurt in mind.
Yeah, William Hurt. But then the studio was like,
And William
Hurt? What are we doing? What are we, Mr. Brooks?
Yeah, Jesus.
What are you doing, What are you doing, William Hurt?
Oh my God, William Hurt.
Name another William. Lost in Space, the reboot. Name another William. Mr. Brooks. Okay, he's in Hulk. Mr. Brooks.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, can you pull up William?
Village.
Okay, yeah, you'll know who he is immediately. Okay,
yeah.
so
Alan
William
Rickman's
Hurt.
brother.
Alan Rickman's brother.
He looks just like
He
him.
does. Okay, William Hurt, and then the other actor that was out for Riggs was
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
There was a couple more.
And yeah, there was a couple more.
Was it Christopher Plummer?
Brian Dennehy was in the running for Murtaugh.
Oh, okay.
For Danny Glover's
Interesting.
position.
Yeah, because in the script there was no racial designation. So
Yeah.
when they thought, oh, let's get Danny Glover, they were like, oh,
Well, Joel
that's a
Silver-
great idea.
Joel Silver had really liked him in The Color Purple, so they
Right.
were like, let's bring him in. But
And he was
then-
doing a play. I think he was doing a play in
doing a
Chicago.
play,
So they
something like
flew him
that.
out. They flew him and Murtaugh, or him and Riggs,
He had just come off. Mel Gibson had just come off Thunderdome.
Mad Max.
Mad Max the Thunderdome. So everybody, he was kind of hot, Australian guy.
Pretty
and-
good looking.
And this is after they hired Richard Donner to direct
Right,
it.
right.
And Richard Donner wanted him. So
And did
Donner
Richard Donner do Back to the Future? No, that's Robert Zemeckis.
Robert Zemeckis.
No, Richard Donner did Running Man?
No, Richard
Can
Donner.
you pull up Richard Donner.
God damn,
Richard
I'm-
Donner.
My
Richard
fingers
Donner.
hurt.
Did
had
he do
just-
the Cliffhanger?
He did.
No, that was
No, stop. Before this,
Please just
Nabisco commercials. Where's the beef? Richard Donner. Jesus Christ. Richard Donner did the Goonies and Superman.
It's Dick Donner. Richard Donner's my father.
God damn it, this never gets old.
He did The Omen too.
Huh? Wait, hold on. What are like his big ones? Because I'm missing
Superman was his biggest one.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Not good. Not good.
Not good.
The old Supermans are awful.
Right, but it still was a huge movie.
Sure.
Superman.
Sure.
He did Scrooge too. I like that one.
Oh, okay.
This is all
wow,
after.
what a weird filmography.
This is all after.
So Omen was
I'm just going
before.
before. So it was Omen. It was
the
Superman.
original Omen.
And then he had just come off doing Goonies in '85.
Yeah.
It was Goonies. That was the big one that I couldn't think
I
of.
swear to God, I just said that twice.
I love Goonies.
And
You
then
never once
after-
said Goonies.
I said Goonies.
I don't
And
think
then
you said Goonies.
After that, after Lethal Weapon, then he blew up. Then he did all these. He did Scrooged. He did Cliffhanger. He did all these other ones. But
Did he do Cliffhanger?
no,
Yeah.
he did the other one.
Okay. So we meet. Riggs is clearly he is the lethal weapon, right?
Yeah.
That's the movie. Is you like if you're like, wait, what's the lethal weapon? It's like a gun. You know what I mean?
Danny
Like, where do they
Glover-
get the name? Right.
Murtaugh calls it out. He's like, maybe we have to register your hands as lethal weapons.
Okay, so he kind of is there anything better than when they say the name of the movie in the movie? Like I wanted in Cliffhanger for like Hal to be like, "What are you hanging? What are you cliffhanger?"
Boy, this clown's really gonna be a cliffhanger. Michael Rooker's my best impression ever. You didn't have to explain to her goddamn parents how she fell down 52 stories.
Yeah, I bet she wasn't a cliffhanger. or you're in Predator and Sonny Landham, who's playing Billy, is just like, it doesn't feel right. There must be a predator out there.
Sonny, we're gonna check you for some prostate cancer. Just doesn't feel right. Oh my god. Sonny, you straight or gay? Just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, we got to register those hands as a lethal weapon. So Riggs is suicidal.
Yeah.
His wife died in
3 years ago.
Oh, look at him knowing what's Riggs' social security number and PIN number list of his fears.
Yeah.
So you know Riggs' entire family's lineage.
Yes.
He's Australian, just saying.
Scotch-Irish.
He lives in
Trailer.
He lives in basically what I grew up in. He lives in a trailer, but it's on the beach. You know, it's probably about $2.5 million Malibu property. That's out in Point Doom.
Yeah.
And it's not in a trailer. It's on the beach. There's no way to get it there. How did they get? There's no wheels. Did they helicopter it in?
It's movie magic. You're overthinking it.
No, this is what he does. This is what he does. He
does this every time.
downplays it. He downplays it. Anyway,
They got it there on wheels.
I know. I'm a crazy dude who enjoys the movie.
Riggs wants to kill himself. He's got bullets set aside that are hollowed out because life sucks.
Yes.
And he's like, you know what? My wife's gone.
Mm-hmm.
If I punch a guy, it usually kills him. I'm a lethal weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically the action trope of if I can't be alive killing and arresting, I can't be alive.
Yeah. I like when he tells Danny Glover, when Danny Glover goes, "Are you really crazy?" And he goes, what's the line he says to him? He goes, "You know what keeps me from doing it? The job." How crazy is that? The job.
Who says that, Riggs?
That's why I don't blow my brains out every night. Get in here. Let me talk to you.
Won't you eat that gun?
You really are crazy. You ain't trying to draw a psycho pension, are you? You really are crazy.
Dude, I know we haven't gotten to the favorite parts yet, but is it not the best part in the movie when Mel Gibson... I'm just going to go to it. This is my favorite part of the movie. Mel Gibson responds in West Hollywood at the bakery building, which is still there. You can go check it out. It's on Santa Monica Boulevard in about Genesee. It's in West Hollywood. And it's just off La Cienega. You take a right on Santa Monica. There's this big Helms Bakery building where they shot this. Riggs is up on the roof with this finance bro who just lost all his money in Bitcoin, but 80s version, basically. And he suicide, let's do it. And they jump. Is the best part of the movie, the best part of 80s movie, when Murtaugh then takes Riggs into that side building and just reams him.
Yeah.
That is fantastic, and that's what
That was in the original preview.
so good, dude.
He's angry with his new partner.
You really do want to kill yourself.
Yeah, put it in your mouth.
Eat the gun.
Yeah, eat the gun. Put it in your mouth. Blow your brains out. And he's like, yeah.
Wait, is there a
What's your safe word, Riggs? Are you good?
yeah, is there a psycho? They kept saying the psycho pension.
Psycho pension.
Is that a real?
So
probably
if
Google- I
you
can
go
figure that out.
psycho enough, you get cash.
get-
Is
you
that
just
so?
pay
Is this all a scam? Is Riggs
I
trying to
think- no.
get the LAPD to pay
I
for a
think what they were-
surgery?
I think what they were saying, whether it's called psycho pension or not, it's where, say, if the job drives you crazy, you somehow have a breakdown. It's almost like workers' comp, but permanent. So you go on permanent, almost disability from drawing a psycho pension.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah. So
do
you get
do
to
you have to
retire
have a
early.
straight jacket? Are there? Bust my shoulder. Shit.
I'll ask my friends.
Okay, yeah, take some calls.
I don't
Just
think it's
wherever
real.
you got that jacket, just go ask them at the Vietnam Co-op. You went to the earthquake preparation store to grab that over on Venice and Motor.
I went to the.
It was only $88.
It was at the Merck Outpost. A lot of guys there. I don't know if it's a real
getting
name.
walking-
What's the over/under on number of times he says Merc in this? I feel like he heard it this week and is like, I'm going to work
that a-
Merc into this.
It's going to be at least half the times you say this rips.
Yeah, love that, dude. That's my thing. This movie fucking rips.
This toilet rips.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Okay.
So I said what my favorite moment was, but also, can I just say that my other favorite thing about this movie is what it did for the saxophone industry?
Oh my god. Michael Kamen, who composed it, he got, I forget, the jazz sax guy and
Eric Clapton did.
Eric Clapton.
Sorry, I stole it from you. My
It's
bad.
okay.
That's my bad.
Wow.
I have a fun fact for you later, or should I say it now?
Send that over to him so he can say it.
Yeah.
Since he took yours,
Text me that real
since he
quick.
took your fun fact,
Fun
send
fact. Fun fact is that Eric Clapton and the sax player and Michael Kamen were working on a movie for the BBC. It was a movie, a television series called Edge of Darkness, I believe, and that's why I think Richard or whatever Michael Kamen recruited or brought over Eric Clapton to work on this movie for the soundtrack.
Eric Clapton?
Yeah, they were working on a show called Edge of Darkness.
But hold on 1 second. I just have one thought. The movie starts with a balcony death, and they're gonna have Eric Clapton do the guitar.
Yeah, this was like 10 years before that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He will it into.
Yeah, welcome, dude. You need to go over your time references and decades. Wow.
Oh, jeez. Jeez.
When did not happen? by
Yeah,
the way?
so Scott's
I
upset
graduated-
with me because I don't have my dates properly.
He's like, I'm
When
glad
was
Nam ended,
9/11?
so I could graduate on time.
9/11 was in 9/11?
You're-
Yeah, he's mad at me. Scott's mad at me.
He's like, it's the
Take a
2-year
break.
anniversary of 9/11. We're all celebrating.
So, saxophone, how'd that feel for you? It felt good.
It felt
right?
good.
Felt really
so
good.
anyway, Edge of Darkness, they went from that. Well, fun fact is they actually turned that BBC show miniseries in the 80s into an American movie in 2010 starring Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Edge of Darkness.
It's one of those movies where you
Boom.
go, oh, this isn't an action movie. It's one of those like, oh, his daughter gets killed, and it's like a detective
It was
crime.
dark.
It was very dark.
Not actiony.
No.
It wasn't Reacher where it's like, I am the cavalry. And you're like, haha, he's going to get him.
Well, I feel like if you're watching a movie and they're not doing jujitsu in every scene, you're like, it's not an action movie.
I'm not tapped in.
No.
Yeah, if they're not like robbing a gas station and 6 henchmen get their heads blown off, I'm like, this movie sucks.
Yeah. If a
This doesn't rip.
If a bicycle crashes into a building and doesn't explode in a mushroom cloud, you're
No,
like,
here's
where's the budget?
That's what it is. If something that has no gas tank or combustible components whatsoever crashes and doesn't explode, I'm furious.
Yeah. Arrows,
I'm furious.
Arrows in the jungle explode when they hit wood.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You ever been to a rainforest cafe? The tomahawk steaks explode.
We are sponsored today by Rainforest Cafe. We're back just like Domino's, 4 stars. We've really cleaned up our act. Rainforest Cafe, we wash our hands.
Oh, fantastic. We're presented by Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza. Did you drop your pizza? We'll hook you up with a free one because so many people dropped their pizzas. We made a promotion about it. It's called Backup Pizza.
Yeah.
BUP. Backup Pizza.
Domino's Pizza. We're all AI now. We're run by Skynet. Enjoy your pizza.
Good one.
We're
Good
tracking
one.
you.
Okay, what was here? Saxophone. We get to meet Murtaugh. We get to meet Riggs. They're perfect yin and yang.
Murtaugh gets the saxophone. Riggs gets the guitar riff.
Is that how it goes? Really?
Yeah,
Like,
so like whenever it's like, you notice whenever it's Murtaugh, whenever it's Danny Glover, he's like, I'm getting too old for this shit. It's like,
And then Riggs is like, I want to kill myself.
So
Okay.
Riggs.
What if they're both saying something at the exact same time? That's where it's like they're going after Mr. Joshua or Shadow Company, and they both say something at the same time. How does that work?
I don't know. There must be like a drum fill.
Yeah, and then Joe Pape, okay. In the second one, they're like, hey, we don't have any more saxophones. Okay.
Whatever you want, Leo gets.
Hey, fuck you at the drive-thru. Okay.
Joe Pesci. He ruined the franchise. All right.
What?
Hey, we'll get into it. I love Joe Pesci.
We're going to get to Lethal Weapon 2.
I know.
Because I love Lethal
I know,
Weapon 2.
but then after Lethal Weapon 2, it derailed hard.
I liked 3.
No, come on.
Jeez, this guy.
piss
Why
him
are
off
there
anymore.
always so many people who
I
get
feel
offended when somebody else doesn't
feel
like what they like? I find that funny.
I feel like you were in a double wide in South Dakota, and
Hey,
your parents
hey,
had a shelf.
my
and you-
fantasy team is double wide.
You had one VCR and you had 4 cassette tapes that you could choose from, and those became your favorite movies.
That's crazily. So we grew up in like my mom.
and none of them were the first movie. They was all number 4.
Yeah,
You're like,
that's
you know,
Child's Play 2 was one we had. Okay,
Death
you're
Wish
right.
3, standalone.
You're
Best movie
right.
ever.
In my mom grew up in a trailer in Marshall, Minnesota, and then like she was goodly, frankly.
Jesus.
She then she was like, I'm never going back to that life. So she worked so hard to not be in the trailer. So when I was growing up, we actually grew up near a college, and we were in like a college kind of house.
Yeah.
Like they were renting it. They didn't own it, I don't think. And so it was, it wasn't.
Were you the only white guy? Was it all black neighborhood?
What? In Brookings, South Dakota, there isn't a black person
don't
for
know.
500 miles.
Sounds like you were narrating 8 Mile. I didn't know where you were going with it.
Yeah, so this guy ain't no motherfucking MC. I know that his trailer ain't big enough for me. That was pretty good.
Bars.
Okay, so
your mom grew up in a town. She said, "Fuck this, I'm not
we
doing this
had
anymore."
Child's Play 2,
Got it.
Leprechaun 3.
Oh God, Leprechaun 3.
I'm the leprechaun.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh, Last Action Hero.
2.
That doesn't exist.
Okay.
So I'm with you on that. Double wide, but close. Anyway, I think we need to get back to
Yes, let's get back
Riggs,
to it.
Murtaugh. They meet. Riggs makes quick work of Murtaugh, and then
Gets
we get
real mad at
we
him,
get
frustrated because he thinks he's bullshitting and
Yeah.
he's too old for this shit and he wants to retire and
Well,
not
that's
get
what I mean.
killed.
Is it the line of the 80s?
What?
I'm too old for this shit.
No, it's one of them.
Give it to us.
What?
Give us the line, baby.
I'm too old for this shit.
There's a bone to pick that I got in the beginning. He's in the bathtub. His family brings him Murtaugh. They bring him a cake.
And
in
his
the bathtub.
wiener's
He's butt
gotta be
naked.
out, yeah.
Yeah, and then his daughter kisses him on the lips in the bathtub.
Wait, they
While his
kiss on the
wiener's out.
lips?
Yeah, they do a lip kiss.
I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, I'm naked in the tub and the whole family's in there like, hey, birthday dad, and his dong's out.
Oh, I
Like,
bet you he's over 6 foot, black. I bet that thing's a hog.
Oh yeah.
Floating.
How does not one of the daughters go in there and just go, Jesus,
Oh my
Dad?
God.
good Lord, Dad, that should be hanging in a deli. What do you? Is that a Dove soap, bar of soap, or are you just happy to see the family?
Oh geez, we just lost Dove soap as our
Hey,
sponsor.
hey, nothing like bringing a birthday cake into a bathtub. Am I right?
Nothing like hanging your wet towel on. All right.
Hey, is there anything better than 1987 birthday cakes soaking wet, full of hot, warm bath water? What are we
Is there
doing?
nothing like your family and children around your bathwater when no bubbles are visible?
Can I also just say that Murtaugh's daughter in this movie is maybe my least favorite film character in the history of the 80s.
I thought she was a phenomenal actress. So.
Good actress, but I don't like the choices.
Jeez.
When she's out in basically Lake Mead in the middle of Victorville, Los Angeles, like L Victor Park, like where buzzards go to die, right?
I mean, if there was any place I was going to go bring a grenade, it would be Victorville.
Yeah, everyone around is getting shot, and she's just going. And even it's bad when your dad, who is saving your life, is like, God damn it, do something, do a thing.
Get in the
goddamn car.
Yeah, he's like shot. He's already been shot. He kills a couple guys.
Yeah.
Kills the helicopter guys, and she's just.
She looked like she's being attacked by bees.
Oh God! I wanted Riggs to snipe her. But meanwhile, the old Shadow Company
inches
guy,
to the left.
the mean old Shadow Company head boss, comes over and doesn't kill Riggs.
No.
He just lets him live.
They need Riggs. They need him.
I don't think you're fast enough for that, son. Mm-hmm. What? Turning around and shooting you? You should have shot me. This is dumb. This is my least favorite part. I'm from Australia. What? Okay. We're getting into getting into the heat of it. We've had the mom from Goonies, a Richard Donner special, shows up and is like HR
She's
for the
in
cops.
every one of his films.
She's in every 80s movie as a Karen. She just is, it's always Karen, 80s Karen, that woman.
Yep.
And she comes in and she's like, psychological issues.
He's gonna explode.
There's no way he can be out on the beat.
Yep.
Well, she's a therapist.
Yeah, yeah. HR, basically. Like, basically just kind of like, you know.
Mary Ellen Trainor.
There you go. Basically
Rest in
Meghan
peace.
Trainor's mom.
Yes.
If I could be me and I want to be me.
She passed away.
She did. Goonies mom?
Yeah. Poor thing. I think 2016.
Damn.
She was great.
Hey, way
I
to
loved
bring
her
it
and
down.
everything.
Way to bring it down.
I know. Well, look at this lighting.
Yeah, that's so true. Rocking around.
I know.
Merry Christmas, baby.
You got him mad.
Okay. Here's the question.
I like the lighting, but it's not like, Disney Channel. We're not doing iCarly with this
Yeah,
lighting.
we're talking Lethal Weapon, one of the darkest movies.
we're doing
I will
dark.
say it's the darkest movie that we've done yet.
Yeah,
think
we're
so, too.
having this lighting feels like we're having a sit down who to whack right now.
Yeah, who you thinking, Johnny Two Toes or Billy the Ice?
I'd say it would be Jimmy the Lawn Chair.
I always thought it was funny, like, you know how the Italian mobsters always have a nickname based on like how they kill somebody, where it's always like, hey, it's Johnny Two Fists. He's famous for killing them by punching the head with both of his fists.
Yeah, it's over there, Vinny Poison Soup over there.
Yeah, or it's like Johnny Big Butthole. He's famous for having a big like what? Like where did he get that? Yeah, he's just got he takes huge dumps. It gets on the porcelain up top. Nobody
Yeah.
else poops like that. He's Johnny Big Butthole.
Yeah, Johnny P's on the seat over here.
Hey,
puts it down.
here's Mikey Micro Penis. How you doing, buddy? Hey, it's Mikey Micro. You take care of that? You take care of it?
Yeah, you think.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, this is my favorite part of the podcast is when I ask you guys both, what was your favorite part of the movie, Scott?
I think two things that jumped out to me. I love the scene where he's where I think it's like the first couple scenes where he's in the trailer and he puts the gun in his mouth.
Oh yeah.
And he's looking at his wife.
like-
It gets me every time.
Yeah, he's emotional. He's such a good actor.
I'm looking at like William Hurt or Bruce Willis in that role, and I'm like, no.
Hey, love you, Bruce. Love you, Bruce.
But
You
Bruce
can't do
would've-
that.
Bruce would have looked at the picture of his wife and be like, can't wait to have some laughs.
Yeah, maybe I'll bang her again
Yeah,
sometime.
I met a black guy on the job today. I'll tell you about him later.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe moonlighting.
Yeah.
It's a show I'm on.
Yeah, now I know what a TV dinner feels like.
Hans.
Hans.
And
I
then
feel
William Hurt would have been like, I don't even know because he's not famous. Like, I can't even, like, whoever was the person, the executive at Warner's that was like, we fucking William Hurt? Who's fucking William Hurt? Get it out. Get this out of here.
Shane Black
Brilliant.
Was
Yeah.
Shane Black was like, William
I love
Hurt.
William Hurt. I love William Hurt. I saw him at Bruco in Westwood. This guy can act. He was berating a barista, and I'm like, that's Riggs.
The receding hairline.
Yeah, it calls for an Australian 38-year-old cop, but I want William Hurt.
William Hurt crushed it in Legal Eagles.
Yeah.
I see him as a crazy
William
veteran.
Hurt, pretty solid in Mr. Brooks and Mr. Brooks alone.
Richard Dreyfuss, I see in this. If not Richard Dreyfuss, then let's get William Hurt.
Wait. So William Hurt and Richard Dreyfuss are two different actors?
You know what? I see Gene Hackman or William Hurt for this role.
I loved William Hurt in Mr. Holland's Opus so much.
I loved Richard Dreyfuss in The Village. He was the best.
What's your favorite part of the movie?
I like that, and I also like the fight scene between him and Busey.
Oh,
The Mr. Joshua at the end where he doesn't
Because
kill him.
as
and
a
then
fan of fight scenes, I think it was one of the only.
Guy's a fan of fight scenes. I never would have guessed since you did an action movie podcast, but go ahead.
No, all right.
Kicking me in the dick over here.
Hey, it's Johnny being
Well,
a Dick Johnson.
A lot of the action scenes in the 80s, the fight scenes, it's like haymakers.
very true.
It's all I blocked you. Now I'm punching you.
But is there anything
They
better
actually
than like a
did-
huge uppercut and then you see the blood and like a
no,
tooth?
nothing's better than that.
Okay, cool.
Ever.
Okay, cool.
It's like it's like a TV dinner.
All right, so Mr. Joshua fight at the end on the wet grass
I
because
love he has just Riggs has the eyes at him like that. He's like,
Riggs!
what do you say? Shot at the title. And I love just Gary Busey just, don't mind if I do.
yeah, Busey just maniacally
He just
evil.
takes off his like handcuffs. He's like, don't mind if I do.
He's actually the most pared down version I think I've ever seen him in a movie.
Oh, he
where,
held it together.
Yeah, he was
like
not
he's
Gary Busey.
not like usually when you think Busey, you think this guy might be on fentanyl.
Yeah.
Utah,
Yeah.
2, give me 2,
Utah, give me 2.
give me 2.
But in this one, he was like, I want to believe you. I really do. But unfortunately,
Or like
I
in
cannot.
like in Rookie of the Year, where he like goes, he's the pitcher who's like an old drunk pitcher who wants to bang the kid's mom, and he has to go out and talk to him at the mound. He's like, "It's the have to. You have the have-nots and you have the have-tos. You gotta have the have-to." What the hell did I just
You could have
say?
pulled so many different movies, but you pulled the worst fucking movie ever.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Scott and I are not meshing, and we rode down here together. That's
Yeah,
what's so
that's
funny.
probably the problem
Yeah,
is
you know
we
what it is?
spend
Too much time
together.
together.
Yep.
But it's a
Well,
good
you
thing.
always pull
gotta
like
be
these
fresh.
weird movies.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You know what I'm talking about. You don't even like sports that much.
I play baseball.
Yeah, baseball. Okay, what's
You're
your
like Tom Hanks. Oh my god. From Bosom Buddies.
Hey,
Tom
wait,
Hanks.
hold on. Money Pit slaps, dude. Like that. The Terminal. Have you ever seen The Terminal?
Yeah.
No, nobody. It's
Tom
awful.
Hanks. You know, Academy Award
Tim
winner,
Honks.
Turner and Hooch. No other movies that,
That
I
did
know.
well
of.
at the box. That's a Touchstone Pictures.
You're 14 years
Hey,
old.
here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
This podcast does the best audio recreations of former production companies.
We do.
Bum, bum, ba, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba.
I see it.
That's TriStar.
Dun.
or okay, I'm trying to think of another one. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what's
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, are we doing TriStar again, or is that Columbia?
That was TriStar.
We did
turned into
TriStar
Columbia.
again. I'm spitting everywhere. What is Universal? Oh no, Universal is.
Dude, you sound like you're bagging
That was awful.
groceries at Walmart.
Yeah, that was awful. Oh no, that was advanced placement. That was advanced placement profession. APB.
Sean, why don't you go grab some carts from the parking lot?
We are presented by Ralph's. Paper or plastic? Well, my head's paper.
Yeah. We're presented by Color Me Mine. Sean will be escorting you to the back pottery room.
Hey, shut your bitch ass up. To the back pottery room. Damn, that was good. So, Tom Cocking, what was your favorite part of this movie?
The end fight, it was a killer. The cops were just watching him just be.
Yeah, that was like really unique.
Oh my God.
Of like everyone kind of standing, even the people that know that this is wrong.
Oh,
like
he's stopping all
the
the
mayor
cops.
is gonna be up my ass when they catch wind of the fight going down
They're
in
all
Studio
coming in
City.
and Murtaugh's like, I take full responsibility.
He's like, call,
Yeah.
Son of a
call us
bitch,
in.
just
And he's
killed
like,
two.
no.
Oh no, it's like, Drew, let us, Riggs, let us take him out. And he just goes, no. Deep guttural,
just a
no. And everybody's like, fine.
Let him
Yeah,
go.
just
damn
God.
it.
If you guys need to wrestle.
God, Jesus.
And he had shirtless in the rain, which it rains a ton in LA, so that made sense.
No.
No,
it's
wait,
the
no.
fire
It's because of the
hydrant.
fire hydrant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See?
yeah.
Well,
Because this is
this guy gets
Studios.
attention.
This is Studio
Tom.
City in December. Rain done hit Del Mar.
Yeah. Exactly.
Talking about. They
It's the
call me
fire
Johnny
hydrant.
Meteorology.
You had to have a capoeira fight in the rain. In the
Oh,
fire
what?
hydrant. Capoeira.
Yeah,
Capoeira?
A fun fact for me.
Fun fact, they
Probably
studied.
Who's gonna
he's gonna say it.
who's gonna get the
say it
fun
first.
fact?
I'm sure he is.
Oh,
Well,
Scott's getting it.
They used what? Jiu-jitsu, capoeira, and a couple others in that.
Jungle had a weird like jungle house.
Jailhouse fighting. Jailhouse rock.
fight, yeah. Jungle house.
It's a real thing. Yeah, jailhouse rock or jailhouse something. We'll take calls.
Yeah. We are presented by Jailhouse Rock. That's it. That's all I got.
Yep. So yeah, great fight scene.
So that's your favorite part of the movie?
Yeah, 'cause it just is wild that they're all just
Okay.
watching it happen.
I think the Helms Bakery jump is my favorite part, but if I'm doing a 1A honorable mention,
Was that Helms Bakery? What?
No, it's something.
Oh,
It's something.
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
you
the
know what I
beige.
mean? Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
I like the scene when they go to the house in
from
the
me, man.
hills. Yeah, they go to the house in the hills.
Fun fact.
The dope house.
Like it's early in the movie. It's like their first It's like their first tip. They go to the house in the hills.
Fun
Oh, yeah,
fact.
the really- yeah.
Fun
Yeah.
fact. That house,
Joel Silver's.
Richard Donner's.
Was it the same one in
The house where the guy falls
21
into the pool.
21 Jump Street? I think it was the same house they used in that too, but
The first
new
movie?
one, no, the remake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice
same house,
pull.
I think.
I need
Yeah,
to
good
watch
pull.
it again.
Good pull. We'll have
Yeah.
to. Can you check that?
I'm not gonna Google.
Okay,
it,
yeah,
I made
cool,
it
cool,
up,
cool,
so
cool,
it's
cool.
You're
Oh,
so
you made that
modern.
up?
You're like, I think it's the one they used for the Truly commercial. With the beard. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think they used that for a Tremana commercial with The Rock yesterday. It's
Well, I
fantastic.
just remember the square little like pool house. It was dope.
So I think that's my favorite part of the movie.
The pool?
Yeah, just because of all it's kind of hijinks. It's like, it's pretty funny. Like they show up and Murtaugh's driving, right? And Riggs is, he doesn't shut the fuck up. And
smoking
Murtaugh is like, he thinks he's the leader, but it feels like Riggs actually, it's hard to explain, but they pull up to this house and he just keeps going, we have no warrant. If they let us in, they're going to let us in. We don't need a
And the
warrant.
girl in the scooter rolls up.
Yeah,
She's like,
the girl come
guys."
inside, take everything you want, go inside, put your fingerprints on everything. There's money, there's drugs, take it all. It's so great to see you. Happy holidays.
Why do you think she did that?
Oh, because she thinks they're bad. She just thinks it's an unmarked two dudes coming to get more drugs.
Oh, yeah.
But then, of course, the one henchman that's at this mansion with the chicks doing party drugs and boinking and no condom sex because it's the 80s, he instantly shoots at them before knowing who they are. That's what I love. And so they return fire, get him in the
Cocaine's a
leg.
hell of a drug, dude.
They get him in the leg. He's on coke.
Yeah.
And it's not like an out for justice where all the guy does is, you shot me in the leg, man, my leg. Ah!
No, he doesn't have one line.
I think he maybe says, you got me in the leg. And then
does he say anything?
that's when Murtaugh's like, yeah, now we can get him talking. You see how you don't have to kill everybody. You
See
can-
how
this
it's done.
police work.
Riggs, see how it's done. You shoot him in the leg, and then you talk to him. Do all for the shit. Goddamn saxophone coming from.
And then he pulls a gun from his urethra. It is the size of one testicle.
Oh, those
He's got a
urethra
gun
guns.
or a penis. I can't tell, but he pulled it from his junk.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Riggs shoots him 72 times with his gun in
From
the
hip.
heart.
He does a Tom Cruise from the hip.
And
I love when he goes gun and he lifts the gun in the air and he looks at Murtaugh. He looks at him like, am I going to kill this guy? Yeah.
And then, as we all do on a beautiful sunny day,
Yes.
we have the cover on the pool
Yeah.
at our beautiful mansion when we have chicks over. Let's have that cover on. But it makes for that great, just the corpse falling and the
Sucked
just
into the
wrapped
thing.
up and just a visceral
Well-
shot underwater. I think that might be my favorite scene.
Why didn't they pull him? Try to pull it out of his mouth just to pull him up.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
And this is the questions I have.
These are the
Tom,
questions.
there was no time. He was sinking in the pool.
Yeah, but they can just lift him. 'Cause
You know
it's
what I love?
lighter, You're lighter
No,
underwater.
Are you
should-
worried about him drowning?
No, I'm like they
Oh.
just didn't. They could have. They were trying to save him. They could have saved him easier.
Oh, no, he
What
was
they
toast.
could have
He
done-
put 30
what
bullets
they,
in
What
him.
they could have done is, did you see how they took like 3 layers of clothes off, their shoes off, everything
Yeah.
before they jumped in? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like, hold my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mel couldn't get his $2 Dickies jeans wet that he got at a Salvation Army because he's essentially homeless. Yeah, I can't get this stuff wet. My trailer doesn't allow wet clothes even though I live at the beach.
When he's getting tortured, is that a fire hydrant too? Because where's this rain? Where's the water?
No, I
coming?
think they were pouring that on him to electrocute.
Tom, you are really worried about piping, electrical work.
it's-
Where's
Listen to the
light
guy who
coming
didn't even
from?
watch the movie giving you the business.
It's
all up here.
literally never anything
It's all
I'm
up
worried
here.
about. But Tom's like, there's water coming from nowhere.
Yeah, where's this?
I don't see
We're
that.
in a drought. This is unrealistic.
Tom's like,
Where's Newsom? I'm telling Newsom.
Tom's like,
right
you
now.
know what? This scene would have never happened because they would have came in and stole the copper piping. There wouldn't be any water in that
Yeah,
place.
Tom has factual, real life feelings about these movies where he's like, well, that sponge never would have created electricity. My wife has that exact same sponge. Doesn't do that. It barely even works.
Is that the Roosevelt
my girlfriend
building? I have the blueprints of that building. I know there's only 3 floors on that. He wouldn't have died if he jumped off
this
it.
movie takes place like I think December 20th. Rain doesn't come until March, and I know that because I grew up in Tahoe.
I checked the sunlight. It was actually raining that day, so it really wasn't
But
that
he
day.
is our fact checker, so like that is in him.
Is he though?
Just
Is
starts-
he our fact checker?
Hey, he's like an 80s, 90s action hacker where they never click. It's always just typing.
I'm in.
You gotta use a mouse to open other windows. Like, no way all these hackers just have key shortcuts for all.
I feel like whenever we're
F9.
looking for some sort of fact, he's like on an Etch-a-Sketch. He's
Yeah,
like,
I don't think he knows how to use a computer, actually. He's a photographer. He only knows how to use cameras. He uploads
These
them to
hands
it.
do amazing things, just not this. Okay, that was sexual. I'm sorry.
No, I like it. Okay, can we talk about Shadow Company?
Ooh,
Do
Shadow
you,
Company.
Do you remember
Yes.
on the Predator episode that we did where I said my
Blackwater.
favorite thing is when they have stupid names for these off-the-books organizations? Blackwater, Shadow Company, Blackwater, Treadstone International.
Yeah. What?
Stone,
Water,
Graph,
black,
Air.
dark,
Underground,
arrows,
Stone,
sword,
Treadstone,
clang,
Dead Stone,
dark road.
Shadow Stone. But anyway, this is what I'm talking about. Nonsense in LLCs that are all shell companies that are mercenaries killing and drugging and
I feel like
trafficking.
when these mercs or these bad guys
Merkstone.
Okay, that's two.
Merkstone.
Merkstone.
When these guys make up these names, I feel like they're like
Blackstone.
Shadow Company, and then there's a high five. Up
Yes,
top.
Shadow Company. Put it on the document. Send it to City Hall.
Two CIA guys are like, "You want to deal heroin? Should we call it Shadow Company?"
No, we'll call
Up top
it
red.
Blackwater.
Ooh,
But this is exactly what I'm talking about. They got helicopters, they got guns, they got bald guys in glasses with weird accents standing in front of the limo during the sniper scene in Victorville.
but they're all loyal. They're all loyal.
He was a good bad guy though.
Yeah, they were good bad
Gary
guys.
Busey?
No, the guy, the
the
bald guy
bald
with the
guy.
glasses that came out of nowhere.
Give me
Yeah.
my daughter first, and then I let it, and then I come quietly. And the guy looks down for 30 seconds. No.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Yeah. Who are you? Where's Mr. Joshua? Where's that one guy?
He's in the limo shooting the shit with his daughter.
So then Joshua comes out and he goes, I don't think you'll do it.
Yeah.
Your daughter.
He's
She
bluffing.
gonna die.
He's bluffing.
She gonna die with me.
Yeah.
My turn.
She gonna die my way.
Which the radius of a grenade blast.
Oh God!
I
How
love
funny
that.
when he throws that grenade. I've never seen so many white men run that fast. It was like I was watching the Minneapolis Lakers from the 60s. They just turned around and ran, and it was hilarious. Because Mr. Joshua was in a beautiful cardigan
Beautiful.
sweater. He looks fantastic.
That is the most beautiful.
Best Busey's ever looked.
Best.
The best.
Yeah.
Buddy
Brooks
Holly,
Brothers.
Silver Bullet, nothing on
Just
this.
a wool blend. Brooks Brothers.
Oh, he looked like
V-neck,
he
white
looked
sweater.
like if he was 10 years younger, he'd go, do you have any idea who my father is?
Exactly.
Do you have any idea what my father is capable of downtown?
Do you play squash with Judge Reynolds? That's my
Judge Reynolds is my father. Call me Doug Reynolds.
Doug Reynolds. I've beaten many assault charges.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever gotten through a date rape and been like, I want to do another one? That's my father.
You know what's funny too is Gary Busey in that white sweater. He also assassinates Murtaugh's friend through the window in the helicopter in the nicest.
Oh,
sweater ever.
yeah. But that guy was sneaky bad. He knew a lot about
He's
Shadow
wearing
Company.
Christmas sweaters in every scene.
He knows about Shadow Company. He got his daughter killed. Like, he was going to maybe turn him in. I'm not too bummed that he got sniped from the copter.
And what is
And I'm pretty sure that was shot
what
at.
is Mr. Hunsacker's name?
Yeah.
What
Some
is
great
he
names.
what is he drinking when he gets shot?
Was it eggnog?
Adios,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Christmas movie.
It's a fucking Christmas movie.
It
Jeez.
wasn't eggnog. I remember that.
He got shot
Yeah,
through the
eggnog?
chest while drinking eggnog.
Did it go through the
by
eggnog, too?
by a guy who's wearing a white Cosby sweater with a freaking collar underneath.
I think we need to talk about how Gary Busey was very nervous for this movie, and it did not come out in his performance
At all. Well, because he lost like, what is it, like 60 pounds?
He got, according to sources,
according to sources.
according to internet sources, he got into shape for this
Yeah.
movie. So I don't know if he was silver bullet big. I keep referencing this silver bullet. Do you know what I'm talking? It's a
great
werewolf.
Great.
It's a wheelchair werewolf movie. It was presented by Big Wheelchair and Big Bullet
I
and
know.
Big
all,
Werewolf.
All the werewolves are in wheelchairs. It's
Hi,
really
I'm Corey
modern.
Haim, and it's the 80s, and I'm cute. Put me in a wheelchair, it'll make a great movie. Who's the werewolf, though? Is Busey the...
No,
it's...
it's the priest.
Oh, way to spoil it.
Damn, I'm not watching it now.
There was a line of people waiting to watch Silver Bullet after this podcast. I'm
All
sure.
right, you guys, you got homework. I know next week we're doing Heat, but we're also giving you homework to do Silver Bullet
Watch Silver Bullet.
with Corey Haim
Don't watch it on mushrooms.
and Gary Busey and some gal.
And some gal.
And there's a wheelchair and just a silver bullet
and that's
and
it.
a werewolf. It's presented by Big Werewolf.
Okay, we're talking about Lethal Weapon.
No, I know, but Busey. I was
Busey.
given the Busey. Okay.
I love the Buse in this.
This also features Joel Silver's favorite Asian man and maybe the only Asian man that he knows.
Cal
and we
Lung?
looked him up last time. His name is Cal Henchman. Like
Cal Lung.
Cal
Lung.
Cal Lung.
Lung.
That sounds like a healthcare company in Los
thought it was
Angeles.
Henchman.
Can't
It's
breathe?
Al-
Come to
Al-
Cal Lung.
Al Lung.
It's Al Lang.
Lung. Is it Lang?
He's looking.
Spelled
But he plays
Leong.
he plays the henchman and I think he has the best death in the movie.
Yeah.
He gets his neck broken by somebody's legs. Riggs in
He gets
the-
nothing broken. Riggs just basically
Breaks his neck.
No, he like foot tickles him to death. He's like, yeah.
He just
he snaps his
did the
neck.
old jujitsu
Yeah,
leg
okay.
lock.
Sure.
He leg locked him.
Sure.
And he didn't even get to have a Snicker or a candy bar like he did in Die Hard.
Die Hard pull.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember from the
Can we? I love the dude that is buying when they do the first scene and they introduce the general in that big nightclub, and he puts the lighter
what a
to Mr.
weird-
Joshua.
loudest
what the
place
fuck
ever to
was-
have a meeting. Loudest place ever
But
to
he
have a
owns
meeting.
it, so it's fine.
Right, but go to a back room, like a different room. They do it in like the main
but
room.
the lighting's so nice.
It's like hard to pay attention when some chick's ass is in your face.
in
You're like,
action
wait, what'd you
movies-
say about Shadow Company?
in-
I got a shadow asshole in my face.
But drug kingpins in every movie.
Yeah, you
they're
gotta do it
always
at the strip club.
You got to do it at your club, and then you got to yell
Or-
at the dancers on stage.
Yeah.
More pot of berets.
Hey, Diamond,
We'll take
Diamond. It's a full frontal club.
Yeah.
So, Diamond,
Yeah.
whenever you're ready.
Chastity. Stop drinking electrolytes.
Mercedes.
We'll take 5 kilos.
Mercedes.
Ooh.
We said no screens this weekend.
Hey, Fiat Rover, get down, pick up those ones. I'm trying to do a drug deal over here.
Or it's at like a really
Chastity.
shitty.
Feed the cats. I'm trying to do a drug deal over here.
It's at like a shitty Italian restaurant
Yeah.
where they have the red and white checkered table, and there's like one table in there, and they're leaning over each other. Just like, what are we gonna do about Treadstone? LLC.
Yeah, let's get Vinny lawn chairs over here.
No, call Bobby Big Butthole. He'll take care of it.
Oh, Bobby
Him
Big
and his
Hole.
high porcelain poops.
Bobby Big Hug
He's
Butthole.
notorious for his nasty up top porcelain poop.
Ew.
It's Bobby Big Butthole.
Yeah, we got Jimmy Ugly Ding Dong over here, though.
No, it's Marky Micro Penis.
Oh, it's
Okay, so we got your favorite part. We're cooking through the movie. It's fantastic. Can
Wait,
I just
I
say
wanna
this? I want to say this. This movie fucking rips.
All right.
This movie's so good.
We're
It
brought
was
to you.
good. I mean, but yeah. By the way, my first time watching it ever.
Wait.
And
This
it
was your
ripped.
first
First time. Yeah, first time. I thought I watched.
Wait.
I watched number 2.
What did you? Oh, you've seen 2. So
I've seen
this
2.
was the
Never
very
seen- yeah,
first time you've
very
seen it. What did you
first
think?
opening scene.
Like truly, what did you
Love-
like?
I mean,
So far we've done
Entertain.
we've done Predator, we've done Die Hard, we've done Speed, we've done Cliffhanger, and now Lethal Weapon. Where does it go?
it goes
Is it
below
top?
Predator,
Yeah.
definitely above Speed.
Okay.
But it was like it couldn't wait for like just to see what's gonna happen next.
Okay,
So
cool.
It was definitely
Yeah,
as an
this
adult,
is like of all the action movies that have ever been made, I think this one has one of the better like paces, plots, want to know what happens next. Kind of like this one doesn't feel as tropey.
Yeah.
It kind of I know 48 Hours was before this, but this one was way more actiony and like good set pieces and like Hollywood machismo action movie.
It was this
just
one,
one of a kind,
No,
man.
this one is the one that made buddy cop movies
Oh yeah,
with
they
that.
were
Yeah.
so good. They're
I mean,
kind of-
48 Hours existed,
There were
but it
ones before.
wasn't like
There
this.
was 48 Hours. There was Running Scared or whatever, the one with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines.
Yeah, which
there-
is hilarious that
which
they
is-
were two guys in a action vehicle.
Yeah. Billy Crystal was up for the Riggs role.
No,
but they
he was
picked,
not.
but then they picked.
Joel Silver would never.
He was busy. He was busy, so they.
Yeah, he was busy writing some Broadway show about how I grew up and I played baseball growing up because I'm Billy Crystal and I got cut from Saturday Night Live, the first ever episode, and I never looked back.
Blathe, which means to bluff. All right. I'm gonna stupid.
Okay,
I wait.
go.
Great.
Shadow Company.
I want to talk about Ed O'Ross. Great actor. He's the guy that he was in Another 48 Hours. He always plays like a side guy. He was in Red Heat. He played the bad guy Russian. Anyway, he's in the first scene where they're in the club and he holds the lighter over on
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Joshua.
yeah.
And he goes, and he has that like super Chicago act. I love the way he where'd you get these guys? Psychos arrests? This is crazy. Look at these guys are a joke. Oh, I'm supposed to trust these guys? He's like, they're loyal to me. And he goes, you guys are crazy. I'm talking like out there.
Bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
And then he goes, the shipment comes in on Friday. We'll have your stuff then. He goes, yeah, all right. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good.
I love when they have just like, we've talked about this on this podcast a million times. Every downtown or
LA guy.
Los Angeles or Hollywood
like a
guy
New York.
is Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, Nakatomi Plaza. Yeah, shut it down. Shut it down now. Why do you sound like that? Nobody was moving to LA from Chicago in the 80s to chase their dreams as much
Hey,
as
how
these
you guys
bit
doing? We're
part
doing
guys.
a drug dealer. Where were you raised? South Central Los Angeles. Why?
Hold on a second. Come into my office. I want to talk to you about this drug deal with the Shadow Company. You ever heard of the Shadow Company?
Why, you sound
Bad
local.
pizza, good sauce. I'm local.
Where's that accent? Is that Encino?
No, I'm from El Monte. I'm from San Juan Capistrano, born and raised
Good.
on
I'm
the
from
beach.
Alhambra. That's why my dad was a stonemason.
No. My dad worked in the mines in West Virginia. I grew up in West Virginia. I sound just like this because of West Virginia.
Shout out to West Virginia.
Okay.
You guys are.
What do we think about the box? This is okay.
Hold on.
We've
Buddy-
only done R-rated movies. We've only.
But we were backpacking off of how great of a buddy cop movie.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah.
started it because after
This
think of
started
all
it
the
all.
movies that came out after this. Another 48 Hours, Tango and Cash,
Rush
Bad
Hour.
Boys, Rush Hour. Every buddy cop movie that you see now is based off of Lethal Weapon.
Absolutely.
They started it where you have one guy's put together, one guy's crazy. And together they find a way to work together to make the film end.
Well, I like they didn't like drag it out too. Like it was like they warmed up immediately. It wasn't like some like
Right.
long story. It was like
Where
I
Murtaugh,
like you, I get ya,
First
I
day,
like ya,
first
like, I
day.
get ya. So
Yeah.
Okay, so another R-rated movie, and this is what I just find so fascinating. This is 1987, right?
Yeah.
So this movie at the box office did $120 million, R-rated, and this was before either of these guys were big.
Yeah.
So like, it didn't have Schwarzenegger to bring people out to the box office. You know what I mean? Like Predator was a good hit, but like this was two kind of relative unknowns. It was a dark R-rated action movie, and it did 120 million in 1987. Can you look up inflation on that?
Yeah.
Because
Well, you want to
this
know
is
what
like
I too? I think it was as I do remember. This is not a fun fact, but I remember being a little kid when this came out, and I remember because all my cousins and everything were older, so I watched all this stuff. When this movie came out, no one really knew who Mel Gibson was really, other than Mad Max. So he was kind of off.
But those were a bit obscure.
Yeah, and they weren't really American as much American popular.
And they weren't like
They were
traditional.
B-movie-ish.
They were kind of strange.
Yeah, so he was an actor in that. But I remember they used to run these ads on TV, and they don't, if you look up on YouTube, you don't find any of this. You just see trailers. But they ran these ads that they didn't do for movies before that or anything. And it was like just Danny Glover and Mel Gibson sitting down being like, come see this new movie. You gonna go see it? You see it?
Cool.
They were like promoting it. I remember there was one where it's like the camera's in back of them. They're sitting in a theater and they turn back at the camera and they talk about the movie.
I've
and
seen
they're
it.
like,
I've seen that.
You have seen it?
Yeah, that's cool. I think it was like a DVD commentary or
Sure.
something that they
I
put it on.
remember being a kid and watching, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, who are these people? I've never
Yeah.
seen them before. But I was like seeing tons of commercials. They promoted the shit out of this movie because it was basically Mel Gibson's Coming to America, right?
Right.
His big crossover.
Right.
And also, it was released in March, which was very
That's
strategic.
shocking.
It's not in summer where it's going
It's
up
not a
against
summer
movies.
blockbuster,
It's
yeah.
not going up in the wintertime, even though it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. That's surprising.
So it was just very strategic. So that's why it made so much money.
Yeah,
I think.
it did some big numbers at the box office. 120 on, I think the budget was 15.
Yeah, 15
Like
million.
that's they're making they're printing money on that
Yeah.
one. Okay, so we'll get into what the critics
fact.
thought.
Hold on. Fun
Yeah.
fact.
What do you got? What else? We're missing one fun fact. We have 2 fun facts that we have to get to. So go ahead.
Okay, so if you see in the scene where I think it's like the second scene when they go back to check out the murder scene with Riggs, and they're at the Wiltern. The Wiltern's in the background.
Yeah.
They're-
K-Town.
Yeah. So
I've been there. I go to shows all the
in
time.
the
Yeah,
back,
this guy goes to shows.
in the background, it's on the Wiltern Theater. It says the Lost Boys, like the movie.
Oh,
and
that's
it says,
cool.
And it says this year's big hit. It's just very weird, but it's because one of the writers, Jeffrey Baum, who they brought in to help out Shane Black with the script, because Shane Black couldn't figure it out. He was
Well,
just
because he
like-
was 12.
yeah, and he was throwing.
He was like
out
a
the-
senior at
Well,
UCLA.
and also his was very dark.
Yes,
very
his
dark.
very first script
It
was
was
like
like
cocaine over the Hollywood Hills and
burning the Hollywood sign
Yeah.
with cocaine
Yep.
snowing,
Yep.
a tank. I don't know.
yeah,
so
just
they brought
like
in Jeffrey Baum.
fever dream shit.
Jeffrey Baum was actually writing Lost Boys at that time, so that's why it was kind of little throw to him. And yeah, they ended up keeping him on to write the rest of them. But then Lost
That's
Boys came out
awesome.
later that year.
Good fun fact. I don't think I would have found that on the wiki or
Writers.
the IMDb trivia.
And,
So
another fun fact: what movie? Do you know what movie actually kicked it out of the #1 spot? Because it was on the #1 spot for like 6 weeks or whatever.
Predator,
No,
because it was the same year. That's
you're
why
not
I guessed.
gonna guess it.
Look who's talking.
No.
Okay,
Gone
give
with-
us a hint.
Gone with
Give
the
us
Wind.
no. Give us a hint. Give us a hint.
A Bruce Willis film.
Hudson Hawk, 1987.
No.
Okay,
No,
19.
Hudson Hawk was like
I
1990.
know. That was a bad guess. 1987, a Bruce Willis film in 1987.
You're never gonna get it.
There's no way.
Give one more hint.
It's not an action movie.
What's the name?
No, I obviously because Die Hard was the first one.
He's not blind.
Oh, is it? He's not blind.
Blind date.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Right?
Sorry.
Right. Who
Sorry.
cares? Who cares?
Sorry, Scott.
No one
I kicked
cares
it
about
out.
Blind Date.
Unless it's
That
on
movie-
VH1 or MTV at 2 a.m. and I just had a hit of weed. Then I'll watch some Blind Date.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
the,
show.
Not the reality show.
No,
Bruce Willis.
You
is in
think
that.
I thought Bruce Willis was in a 1987 episode of the show that didn't exist in
I
that
don't know.
year?
You thought Vietnam ended in '88.
That's so true. No. I thought Vietnam ended on 9/11. Okay, we're missing the
I
two
could
biggest
see.
fun facts of all.
Yes.
And I don't know. Actually, I do. Can we just laugh at this? Murtaugh, who is too old for this shit, is 40 years old at the filming of this movie.
playing a 50-year-old.
Scott Ibarra. This man in this movie looks 63 years old, and what were they eating was it a Teflon sandwich? Did you smoke a pack a day before you woke up?
Yes.
How do you look 65? You said it. Everybody was sad about Vietnam because it was in the 80s.
It had just ended in '87. Everybody was a veteran.
Everybody was eating and smoking McDonald's. They would smoke McDonald's and eat cigarettes.
The Depression had just ended. Everybody was eating canned peaches.
I just can't believe that man was 40 years old. I am 35 right now, and that man looks 65.
But Danny Glover's face looked like that, I think, when he was
And
like
then there was the
15.
reverse. Or no, it's the same. It's the same. Riggs is playing 38. He's
But he
30
was
years
30,
old.
yeah.
30 years old. When also
They're like, he could pass 38.
egregiously, he looked older than 38.
Yeah,
he
both
looked
those
42.
men in the car.
You're telling me that 1987 Mel Gibson was 30? Suck a dick. No way. That's a 40-year-old dude.
No, he looks old.
I feel like Tom is not giving anything to this.
No,
Do you not find it strange?
No, I'm still doing the inflation shit. Still figuring it out.
So-
On my calculator.
Tom, do you need a lifeline?
So it would
You
have
gotta
been-
call a friend.
So it's 333 million.
Okay, so
From
it's actually
19, yeah.
not. I guess it's
That's a lot.
R-rated.
It was
saying
That's
three-
R-rated.
it was
It's
saying-
R-rated for non-IP. Like
Okay. I don't think that's really relevant anymore. R-rated movies still.
No.
crush
I'm
now.
saying like it wasn't IP. It wasn't
Yeah.
existing.
But you're saying now you always freak out about R-rated movies because you're saying back in the 80s.
Oh,
like,
yeah, they did-
Kids like you. It was very strict. You couldn't
like
see R-rated movies.
The Hangover was the highest grossing R-rated movie, and that was in 2009. Like people didn't really go to R-rated movies in the theater, like they do now.
They did, but you're cutting out half the audience.
Yeah,
because
but no,
you have to be 17.
nowadays with how everything's online, everything's on social media, kids are, you can just go look at porn. You know what I mean? Like in 1987, seeing boobs on the TV was one of your only chances. Now, everyone's so desensitized. Kids are on their screens. 8-year-olds know about, hard fisting. So it's like,
I don't know about it. Can you explain it while we're here?
so I'm just saying like
It's just
Disney
like
made
medium fisting.
Disney made an
but with
R-rated
another
movie.
glove.
Soft fisting
Disney
problem.
made Deadpool and Wolverine R-rated because they knew they could, is what I'm saying. It's like back in 1987, to make a movie be, instead of PG-13, to go from R, you are going, I don't want $100 million. That was a
I
real
remember
thing.
as a kid trying to sneak into R-rated movies. I remember going to see, forget what movie I was going to see, and I was at the theater, and me and my brother were like getting like popcorn. I think there was an adult there. I don't know, but one of like the tough kids in the neighborhood with a little skater kid.
Yeah, Tommy Tough Kid.
Yeah, Tommy Tough Kid.
Yeah,
There
from
we go.
Petaluma. I
Yeah,
know
he
his face. Good family.
Tommy
Good
Tough
family.
Kid. He was Scotch Irish. He comes out and he's like, we're like, what movie are you seeing? And he's like, and he was like the cool kid. Me and my brother were like going to see like Batteries Not Included or something. And he's like, I'm going to see The Lost Boys. And we're like,
Was he
oh.
nervous about it? I'm going to see The Lost Boys.
No, he's like, I'm cool, like chewing gum. He's like, I'm going to see The Lost Boys. He's like 9.
Yeah, I think I might say hi to Jason
And
Patrick.
me and my brother are like in teddy bear overalls, like, we're going to go see Batteries Not Included. Please don't punch us in the face and steal our candy. So I'm going to see The Lost Boys.
He takes your gobstoppers, like, get out of here,
Yeah, and then he
punk.
called us some 80s racist word or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
But-
because you're from El Salvador.
No, I think he just was a dumb kid and called us the
Gotcha.
F word or something.
It was you and your older brother?
Huh?
Was it you and your brother?
Yeah,
Yeah. Damn.
my only brother. Yes, but it was very hard.
Scott is so mad at me tonight. He's so mad at
But
me.
I think Lost Boys. No, Lost Boys is probably PG-13. But
Lost Boys, I
remember-
think, is R.
I think it's R.
Is
I think it's R.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
was going
dark,
to a
dude. Is that
R-
Kiefer? Kiefer's in that.
Yeah, Kiefer's
Everything
in
Kiefer's in is R.
decapitations and shit.
Yeah.
Kiefer is dark and
So
R.
we were like, "How'd you get an R movie?" And I'm thinking, "Oh, it's maybe one of his
No,
parents
you
took
call
him."
it. You got to do the fake call. You have one of your buddies pretend, hey, is it okay that he goes to
Okay,
this?
Buddy,
Yeah.
this dude was like 9, so he didn't have like a.
So he's alone, 9 years old, going to. How big is this guy's dick? Like, big dick energy
We're
at
talking Danny
9?
Glover in the bathtub dick,
This
or are we
was
doing-
Tommy Tough Guy.
It was confidence, I guess.
No, it was a Danny Glover dong,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
He was like,
His penis literally, when
He's
he
like-
takes out his
He's
penis,
like,
it goes.
"Do you know who my dad is?" He
Okay.
runs for city council.
Okay, here's my favorite part of the pod.
Yeah.
When you guys guess the Rotten Tomatoes. But real quick, I am going to give you a hint. This movie also did really well at the box office because a little known outlet out of Chicago named Siskel and Ebert loved this
loved
movie.
it.
They were obsessed. They talked about
Mr.
this.
Siskel?
Yes. His father.
Oh, his father.
Call me Gene.
Gene.
Yeah. He is stationed out of Fort Bragg.
Oh my God.
No. Fort Sumter. Anyway,
Is it me or just Gene's? Which one's the fat one?
Roger Ebert.
Roger Ebert
was the fat one. Yeah.
He looks like both those dudes are creepy.
Be
but
careful here.
He looks like the kind of guy that would like kick you out of his like bookstore because you ran in there trying to avoid bullies.
Yes, that's good. Get out of here. We're selling fish and Magic the Gathering cards.
And
Get
he's-
out.
He's puffing a pipe. Get out of here. Kids aren't allowed.
No, Ebert had some interesting looks. He had some interesting looks. Anyway, they loved it. They talked about this, and that fueled the push of, damn, Siskel and Ebert love it. Let's go to this movie. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll start with Tom. Okay, don't look. He always looks at the answers.
I can't see, like-
All right, Rotten Tomatoes score.
Screen is broken. He
We're
has
gonna
a-
get.
I'm already on it
He has a
anyways.
cracked
so,
computer.
We're gonna
screen.
do the Rotten Tomatoes score, and then we'll do a hot take, and we'll get out of here. Thank you so much
my-
for checking
my
out the
own-
show.
My own
Okay.
tomato score?
No. We'll do that last.
Your own.
We do
Rot-
critics.
Did you say your own
Yeah, I'm-
Rotten
I'm
Tomatoes?
Hold on.
Rotten Tomato.
No,
I'm
that's
a
right.
Rotten
We do
Tomato.
critic, we do audience, and then we do personal score. Remember? Okay, so Tom, what do you think the critics gave this?
I'm gonna say like a like 85.
Okay, and what did the audience give it?
Oh, I'm guessing.
Yes.
90.
Okay. And then what's
90.
your
A
grade?
shit 90.
What would you give this?
I'd
Because
say
you liked
This
it.
was my first time too. I would say
Just
like
don't worry about the piping either.
I'd
Just
say,
let it go.
Yeah. Don't worry
well,
about the piping.
Goddamn rain. I'd say for me like 87, 88.
Okay, so
I liked it.
So you're good. What
The
did
year
you?
it came out. Good job.
What do you give, or what do you think the critics gave this?
I think the
can't see
critics.
it anyway.
I think the critics gave it 65.
Okay, and what do you think the audience gave it?
Wait, no, the critics are Siskel and Ebert, or just
Yeah.
the critics.
Wait.
in the
Did you
bushes?
just go? You have a movie podcast, and you go, "Are Siskel and Ebert the critics?"
No, when you say, what do you think the critics gave it? Are we just talking Siskel and Ebert, or
Rotten Tomatoes critics? All of the critics. In the
okay?
country.
Rotten Tomatoes wasn't around back then, but
But
it's
they
fine.
still can get what they do is they gather what all the newspapers in the world
It
at
wasn't
the time.
rotten. It was like moldy potatoes.
So
back
what do you
then.
got? Yeah, it was
Okay.
moldy at that point.
Cool. I would say critics gave fine. I'll say critics gave it 80%.
Okay, and the audience?
Audience score gave it. Audience was probably 92.
Okay, that's great. Those are great guesses. And what's your grade?
My
You're a
grade,
notoriously tough grader for this. So
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see what you think.
I'm a real guy. I was around.
Is this your second favorite that we've done behind Predator?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
so what's your score?
I would give it probably a 90.
That's what I thought you'd give it. Okay, so you nailed the critics. They said 80. 80%, which surprised me.
Did I,
thought,
nail it? I said 80.
Yeah, you said 80. I thought it'd be higher. I thought critics would be higher, and then audience was 86. So you were closer on that.
What did I say?
I think you said 92. You said 87 for the audience.
87, yeah.
Yeah.
85, no.
No, you said 87 for your grade, 85 for the audience. So well done. Right there, sandwiched in between. I am going to give this a 90. I think this was, I think after everything that we've watched, I can't believe this, but like Predator has all the elements. Die Hard. Ugh. I'm going 90. I can't place it though.
The thing that Lethal Weapon has over all those other movies is the emotion of it. Like, I don't see any other actor pulling off what Mel Gibson did.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I watched it. When I watched it again recently, I was like, I still was in the moment when he's putting the gun in his mouth, when he's looking at talking to his wife at the grave. Like, he pulls it off. Like, you believe him, and that you don't just see action movie guys like you would in Predator and everything else. Like, he brings the tearjerker moment to it, which is why they did 3-4 sequels, because you love the characters.
Yeah, we are presented by Awesome Suicide Acting. Awesome Suicide Acting from Mel Gibson. Don't we all just wish he'd actually do it?
Oh my goodness.
Boom goes the dynamite.
We're brought to you by Moon Shadows.
Yeah, we are presented by Moon Shadows. Want to get a DUI? Want to talk about Jews on the side of the road? It's Moon Shadows. Okay, let's get out of here with a hot take. I'm going to go first just because it's fresh on my mind. I think my hot take, I don't know if this is necessarily a hot take. I think they could have done more with the parent company henchman villain, the Huntsacker, or what was...
Parent company.
The Shadow
Company.
No, but you know what I mean? Whereas Joshua is...
Mr.
Joshua is
Joshua's-
answering to that other guy with the white hair.
Yeah.
He's in charge. I thought they could have done more with that character, made him more evil, made him...
General
Yeah, what was his name?
McAllister.
General
you know what
Great name.
Do you know what his full name is?
General McAllister Blackwater.
General Peter McAllister.
From
Alone.
Home Alone,
Yeah.
which is essentially Predator.
Yes.
Booby traps at the house, not
got
the
it, got
jungle. Okay. So that's I think McAllister could have been, we could have got more evil.
Peter
like
McAllister
he
from
should
Home Alone is a drug runner, by the way.
I think
Okay.
we should have seen him
at home, I
execute
get it.
somebody. He was not evil enough.
No.
General McAllister, because he wasn't the original.
Joshua was scary.
Yeah, he wasn't the original pick. They wanted someone else.
Yeah, I just think that could have, he was a good actor. I like that guy.
James Earl Jones was in the running.
Really? I just think that could have been dark. He could have been darker. He could have been more,
Yeah.
ooh, I hope they get him. So that's my hot take.
Sorry, sir.
You got anything?
I didn't get the target. Mr. Huntsacker is dead. I didn't get the cops. And he goes, I'm very disappointed in you, Mr. Joshua.
Yeah, like he could have, there's
Sorry,
just
Dad.
so much there. You got anything?
Sorry, Dad.
A hot take. Number one, this is not a hot take. Mel Gibson's fast as fuck, and every time he runs,
Oh,
he's
the
so
fast.
fast.
The fast running in Hollywood was a game changer.
good.
He
Dude,
was
down
just
the
like-
street.
He was so quick.
Quick
Like,
feet.
Take Third Street, get him off the bridge as he's running to a freeway. He's like he's gonna beat a car.
No,
to a
he-
freeway.
that-
Danny Glover
it's
is
incredible.
walking around like Scarecrow. Just get to the bridge.
He's like just looking
Fuck wigs.
the whole time. He's just like trying to find
Son
a
of
heart.
Bitch knows where I live. Go, and he's just like rolling around. And Mel Gibson just got electrocuted for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And
and
he's
Oh, and
He's
he's
got the- he's got the
Usain
arm,
Bolt.
too.
He's
Yeah.
literally Usain Bolt. What do you got?
Oh, wait, hold on. Hot
Oh,
take.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hot take, real hot take is that
Yeah.
he should never have been on the force.
Riggs.
Riggs, yeah,
Yeah.
Why?
He's a fucking liability.
Yeah, he really
Like,
is.
He's a real problem guy.
You think he might
well,
might
that's
kill
why
himself?
they were trying to kick him off. It was his last chance to get a psycho pension.
I mean, yeah,
They
I
kept
just
moving
think-
around.
I
You
think
know what's
the
a funny? You know what's a
therapist would've been
funny?
like, nah.
Another funny fun fact is when the guy comes in to tell Murtaugh that he's getting a new partner. Do you know who that is? That's Agent Johnson from Die Hard.
The black guy or the
Yeah.
white guy? It's not Davi.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
Robbie
It's
Davi.
the other guy.
It's
Oh,
the other
yeah.
guy.
Okay. That's cool. That's a nice little role for him before Die Hard.
And let's see if anybody can figure this out because I couldn't. I don't know if it's cop slang, but he says, yeah, he's on loan from dope.
That must be narcotics.
Yeah.
That must just be another way for
Narcotics.
them to say narcotics
Sure.
or vice.
So he say he's on loan from dope. He's
I'm
your new
surprised he didn't
partner.
say mayor's up his ass. I got bodies on Crenshaw. And I don't know what to tell the mayor.
Yeah. So he's being bounced around because once you're a cop for a while, for a long time, and also Riggs is a sergeant, so he has rank, he has tenure, he has
Former
pension.
Green Beret out of
You
Fort Bragg.
You can't just fire him or get him off the force. So that's what they try to do. They bounce him around different departments, give him different partners until they force him to retire.
Fantastic. Hot take to close the show from our sexy boy here.
Hot, sexy boy.
Yeah, dude, that haircut, supercuts, let's party.
Yeah, I got
Plarty?
it.
Should we plarty?
Plarty,
We're
I got
represented by Plarty. It's the new party drug
Yeah.
from Truly.
Like when try Merc cuts. It's really good. If you want to be a Merc in the 80s,
You're such a merc, dude.
Oh
you
my
work
God.
for Shadow Company, don't you?
I do.
Blackwater.
Shadow Company. Do you have a mullet?
Yeah.
Do you have nice?
Welcome to
sweaters?
Shadow Company. Come work for us if you
mullet,
can
that's a
shoot.
good mullet.
Yeah.
By the way, it's giving off like a Rick from Walking Dead vibes right now. That's what
Yeah.
I'm getting from you.
Yeah.
What's that, Henley?
Carl.
Okay.
right.
That reference I don't get.
Okay, it's fine.
Hot take to close this.
Brand new show. Hot.
Right for
Whoa.
Tony fell asleep.
Oh my God, I thought somebody was upstairs dying.
Tony had to see that.
The cameraman. He's narcoleptic. Hot take about this movie. The ultimate buddy cop film, but I will have to say that I don't know. I think it's Mel Gibson's best role.
Okay. That's fair.
And I don't think that anyone else could have done that role. And I think Lethal Weapon would have been a flop if it was anyone else.
Hell yeah. That's a good one to end on.
Hot take.
Yeah.
That is Lethal Weapon
great
on the
take.
Buddy Cop podcast. Thank you so
Yes.
much for checking us out. Make sure next week you are watching Heat. She's got a great ass.
We are
killed
brought to
walking
you-
your doggy.
And next week we'll also be brought to you by pool covers.
Pool covers.
Yes, be careful. They'll kill
Great
you.
for corpses.
Yeah.
You want to have a corpse in your Hollywood Hills mansion? Get a pool cover.
Yeah, and we're brought to you by Leveler Blinds because apparently in the 80s everyone can see into your house.
Absolutely. Check us out on Instagram, The Buddy Cop Podcast, TikTok, The Buddy Cop Podcast. Go over to Facebook, The Buddy Cop Podcast.
Go up to Friendster, Buddy Cop Podcast.
Craigslist. If you want to email us, thebuddycoppodcast@gmail.com. For Tom, for Scott, thank you so much for
Add
checking us
on
out.
MySpace.
Yeah, dude. Say hi to Tom. Yeah, we'll see you for Heat.
Roll credits.